our beloved viewers, it's 9 p.m. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The strengthening a multidimensional relationship, Djibouti-Turkish cooperation. And on the international scenes, Germany watches of a tribute to Germany after racist killing in Hanau. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The joint Turkish Djibouti Ministerial Committee concluded its fourth session yesterday in the Turkish capital Ankara, which was held on the 80th and 98th of February. The two delegation was led by ministers of foreign affairs and international cooperation. The official spokesperson for the government, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, and from Turkish side, the Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, Mr. Mohammed. And the delegation includes Djibouti, the Minister of Economic and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Musa Dawali, the Minister of Energy in charge of Natural Resources, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, the President of the Port and Free Zones Authorities, Abubakar Umar Hadi, and the President of the Djiboutian Chamber of Commerce, Yusuf Musa Dawali, in addition to the other officials. During the meeting, the two sides and the two head of delegation reviewed the multi-dimensional relation that exists between the two countries, including recent economic development in both countries, and renewed their determination to continue developing bilateral cooperation in the areas of mutual interest. In a speech to him, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation affirmed that the desire for the Republic of Djibouti to strengthen the ties that it has with Turkey. Moreover, a cooperation agreement was signed between the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurship in Djibouti and the Support Center for Small and Medium Enterprises in Turkey by its manager. On the sidelines of the session's work, the two parties exchanged views on bilateral relation and regional and international situation. At the conclusion of the meeting, the two ministerial signed protocols on land exchanges for the diplomatic mission of the two countries. On the sidelines of the meeting of the Turkish-Djiboutian Joint Ministerial Committee, he met the Minister of Economic and Finance in charge of Industry, the Turkish Deputy Minister of Commerce, the head of a Turkish Corporation Agency, and the Support Center, and they held fruitful talks with them. During the meeting, the two ministers reviewed the multidimensional relation that exists between the two countries, including recent economic development in the both countries, and renewed their determination to continue developing the bilateral cooperation. And on the other hand, the Minister of Finance and Economic, Ilyas Musa Dawali, met the President of the Japanese International Development Agency, known as JICA. Mr. Ilyas also touched with the President of the agency Djibouti's relation with the Japan International Development Agency, particularly the social and economic project that the agency is implementing in Djibouti in order to improve the living condition of the population. The two sides praise the two countries' relation and ways to enhance them with the borders of the horizons. The Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources also met with his Turkish counterpart, Mr. Fatih Damnes. The two sides discussed the existing relation and the cooperation between the two countries, particularly in the energy file. During the meeting, the two ministers reviewed the multidimensional relation that exists between our two countries, including recent economic in the both country, and reviewed their determination to developing the bilateral cooperation in the areas of energy interests. In the framework of the new news of that the present to you today, we prepare a report magazine that highlighted the livestock trade and the process of exporting and importing livestock from Dakhil to Djibouti country. Let's watch this magazine.
It is 7 a.m. The herds are gathered on the loading site at the western entrance of the city of Dakhil. The cattle trade, an ancestral activity of the region of Unity. For decades, the region has been reputed to import livestock from Ethiopia and transport them to the capital in the coastal regions. Thanks to its trade, a chain of transporters organized as a union has developed in the region. The members who own the transport trucks have doubled or even tripled their vehicle fleet. Old obsolete trucks whose performance was becoming lower, they have moved to newer mechanics, a transformation due to the increase in this traditional activity in the region. When we receive livestock, it is enough. We load up to 10 trucks per day, at least 8. The majority of these trucks go to Ubuk and from time to time in Djibouti. We take advantage of this activity. The owners have acquired new trucks. The situation is now more satisfactory. We also pay taxes on the animals that go to Ubuk. After having gathered all the animals of the day intended for export, shepherds and supervision set to work. The animals are difficult to manage, but the young people know what they are doing. The transport of livestock employees, according to the truckers' unions, nearly 50 people per day. Young people who help the 80 drivers to manage and load the herd. Shippers who earn at least 2,000 Djiboutian francs a half day, and a little more when there is more activity. A sector which allows the region to fight against precariouses. To harmonize the tasks, the carriers and resellers have set up an organization. They come back to us on the distribution of tasks and prices. Everything is going well for us thanks to our organization. We have a community which works here. There are also chargers and pointers to make goods. Pointers who are, like me, establish good, which allows to cross the roadblock. If the trucks do not respect these rules, they cannot leave. We transport animals from breeders and buyers. It is transport and the price is 300 Djiboutian francs for goats and 1,650 for larger animals. For a better organization of this sector, ADDS built a cattle park that all transporters will use from now on. In addition to employing nearly 100 people a day, drivers, shippers, and negotiators, the transport sector, and in particular the livestock sectors, generates tax revenues and contributes to the development of the region.
In the framework of the fight against extreme poverty and proximity to the most vulnerable population in the most return ways or neighborhood of the country, a team of the Department of Secretary of State for Social Affairs and other partners have continued their national family solidarity programs for the last quarters of the year preceding the payment in the sector of sub-prefecture of Yoboki as well as in the outbreaks of Dakhil. For this purpose, the household benefit from monetary transfer of 30,000 francs. The distribution work began the day before yesterday with the locality of Gurabus, and yesterday morning and cover with the whole length of the locality of Hanle 1, 2, and 3, as well as the locality of Harugo. Moreover, the population has welcomed with the favor and impatience and recognized the gestures of the government in their favor. In Arta now, the mediator of the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Qasim Isaq Usman, continues his awareness and media tours in the interior region, where he went to Arta region. During this visit, the mediator of the Republic held a meeting with the authorities of the region to discuss the establishment of a committee to receive a complaint and proposal from the population. The governor of Arta region, Mr. Mohammed Sheikhu, and the president of the regional council in Arta region, Mr. And the representative of the region participate in this session. This visit by the mediator of the Republic, Dr. Qasim Isaq Usman, aims to facilitate the resident by transferring their compliance to the concerned department, and this department at the end of the visit on the occasion was held to sign a memorandum of understanding on commitment to work and listening to the complaints from the resident. In an intervention by the mediator of the Republic, Dr. Qasim Isaq Usman, he pointed out that the meeting falls within the framework of the effort aimed at strengthening the situation and the institution's capability in order to analyze the obstacles and problems that the people of Arta suffer. He said, whenever we unite effort, we reach positive result, and that this meeting continue in the 5 interior region according to the directives of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele. We also aim from the meeting to establish a mini committee to register the monitor problems in this region and solve them immediately. The mediation of the Republic is considering an independence body that does not receive instruction from any authorities and it interferes in the necessary case to facilitate detailing with the administrations and helps in resolving the dispute arising from this dealing. The prefecture of Arta organized this morning a vast cleanup operation. The people of Arta took an active part in this operation. This vast cleanup operation is taking place in the presence of the prefect of Arta region, members of a parliament from the region, such as local association active women, youth representatives from different districts of the town of Arta, with the participation of army and the gendarmerie. All of them were united to get rights of the households wasted that accumulate in certain areas within the residential areas or on the outskirts of the town of the Arta region. It should be noted also and remember that many of the volunteers were therefore women, young leaders of the neighborhood who get involved in the work of and helping to a large-scale collection in several geographical areas of the prefecture of Arta, such as the corridors. The multi-purpose rooms of Djibouti Industrial and Commercial High Schools League hosted last Wednesday the closing of a training workshop from physical activity and sport educators adequate for people with special need. The rooms brought together about 20 teachers from public and private schools for people with special need. The objective of this workshop was to train teachers in the field of sport so that they can respond to the needs of the person with a disability, using sport activities as support physically activities allowed to work both the physical and intellectual capacity at the same time. The workshop was subdivided into two parts, a theoretical and a practical part that took place at the League Gymnastics in the presence of the trainer, Miss Anais Martinez. The Rebus gas supply station in Tajora, which opened in October of the year 2019, yes, has yesterday held a ceremony decided to dedicated to announcing the expansions of its scope and service in this region. This occasion took place in the presence of many prominent personalities in this region, including a regional manager of station Rebus and the authorities of the region led by the governor of the region, the president of the regional council, parliamentarians, and representative of civil society. This station provides job opportunities for young people living in Tajora region, where it's employed 10 young men from Tajora. In an intervention by the prefect of Tajura, Mr. Hassan Dabale, to he said it is and express his instructor his pleasure to participate in this joyful ceremony. He said also that providing a new economic pool for Tajura station aim to provide various and high quality service to car owners and visitors to Tajura city, and that the new service will greatly enhance the economic of the northern region in the future. He added his thankful and appreciation to the economic activities led by Rebus station for these unique initiatives in the region of Tajura. In an effort to bring specialized medical service to the resident in the region of Ali Sabih, the hospital of the region of Ali Sabih has taken a medical convey to the district of Holhol, which belongs to the region. The medical staff was very warm and warmly welcomed by all the peoples of the district. The medical convey cares for patients from the two provinces of the file of surgery, ophthalmology, dentistry, and pediatric gynecology. And the disease dermatology and others. The ultimate goals of the Ministry of Health is to bring a specialized medical care closer to the citizens along the national territory by strengthening health structures and providing them with the necessary drugs, medical equipment, and all equipment, as well as human competitions that diagnosed and that treat the patient case holes in all the intervention by the doctor of the prefect of Ali Sabih. He stressed the effort of the Ministry of Health aim at providing health coverage for citizens, especially the simple and low income. He called on the people of Holhol district to take advantage of this medical convey, which includes various specialities, stressing the need to take care of the new medical supplies. Within the framework of the government's policy on bringing the authorities and the civil society closer, the governor of Obor region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita area, visit the area Nahiye. The governor was accompanied on the visit by the president of the regional council, Mohammed Ahmed Ismail, and the commander of the army forces battalion stationed in the region, Colonel Aden, in drawing and a team of a medical headed by the chief physician of health and hospitality centers in this area of the educational advisor from the Ministry of National Education, Mr. Hussein Ali. Upon their arrival, the governor of the province, Mr. Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita, and his accompanying delegation to this area was received by the deputy governor of the district and the resident living in this area. After the warmer reception, the governor of the region of Obokh Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita made a file visit to the infrastructures in these areas, such as and as well as agricultural areas ongoing development project. During this occasion, the ID cards were distributed to the resident living on this occasion. The medical team also provide the medical care, which includes health service and vaccination. At the end of the visit, the governor of Obokh region, Abdul Malik Muhammad Banoita, held an important meeting with the people and minds of these regions in order to discuss ways to improve their living condition, and took this opportunity to thank the resident for the good receptions. Moving on to the international scenes, the far-right attack which killed 11 people continues to provoke many response in Germany. The crisis of this alternative party were made for Germany as parliamentarians demand that he will be placed under the provisions of supervisions of the Constitution Protection Authorities after the right-wing racist attack in the German city. The Secretary General of the Social Democratic Party demand that the right-wing Alternative for Community for Germany party be placed under the control of a Constitution Protection Authority. He said in remarks that there was someone who had shooted on Anu, but there were others who supplied him with the anonymous among them. Certainly the Alternative for Germany party, he added, it is quite clear that it is a party that should be subject to the supervision of the Constitutional Protection Authorities, calling on security authorities to take an urgent decision in it. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.